America's Diesel Podcast.
Brought to you by Diesel Power Products.
America's Diesel Superstore.
No salesman,
Just enthusiasts.
DieselPowerProducts.com.
Your number one source for all things diesel.
So Boys Weekend.
Boys Weekend was a banger.
What was the favorite ride? What was your favorite part that we did?
I had two. One of them
Yeah.
is like a normal boys thing, and the second one is kind of like whatever. So the first one was I liked the ride Saturday morning. We were going to the casino.
That one was a little sketch.
That one was adventurous.
That was very adventurous, yeah.
It was very adventurous.
Just so you guys have some context, okay? So up in the Pacific Northwest right here, it's obviously getting a little bit warmer.
Mhm.
Snow's starting to melt in the mountains, but where we go up camping, there's a few roads that don't see much sunlight, and so there's still a lot of snow in places that it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's a little bit higher altitude. And it's very, very thick, dense forest.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. Even though I was arguably somewhat hungover that morning.
Yeah.
I was definitely not the worst I've ever been by a long shot.
Oh, dude, I started drinking as soon as I got up because I
Yeah.
was like, I've got to do something. I need a little hair of the dog here.
I got up and I slammed a Red Bull, and then immediately when we got to the casino, I was like, I'll take a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I'll take another one.
Yeah.
That one was good.
Well, and hold on, back up because I was going to
Yeah.
talk about it. So the reason why it was kind of sketchy is we were by ourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
Usually when I go riding through snow and that sort of thing, there's someone with you just in case someone gets stuck. You can get them out. Because if we would have got stuck, that would have been a shitty morning.
we would have made Mark figure it out.
Yeah.
We just sat back and drank whatever beer we had, and
Yeah.
Mark figured it out.
Yeah, figure it out. Build us a shelter or something. Yeah. Come on,
bro.
Yeah.
The second thing, and this is gonna get a little sappy a little bit here, but it was so the night that we got there Friday, my phone died. I didn't charge it, and by
Yeah.
Saturday morning, we were gonna go towards the casino because we don't have any reception out there. I figured I should probably check out with my wife.
Yeah.
But by the time we were leaving for the casino, my phone still wasn't charged.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring a dead phone with me so I can plug it into a wall and be that guy at a freaking casino using a phone. I'll just use someone else's phone when I get there.
Right.
Because just so you know, guys, you should probably memorize your wife's phone number. If you don't have it memorized, you should probably reevaluate your priorities. It's not that hard. We used to all memorize phone numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
Just got to do one more. And then when we got back to the campsite, I just didn't grab my phone because it was in there. Because most I didn't want to take my shoes off to go in the camper.
Yeah.
And I just left it in there.
Yeah.
And even though we didn't have reception, it probably took me, and then we just sat by the fire. We sat there and drank,
Yeah.
and then tried to make some more fire with wet wood.
I was almost kind of going down until we had to get firewood, and it perked me right back
Yeah.
up, and I'm like, let's go for another ride.
Yeah, but it's basically I could feel myself constantly reaching for my phone,
Yeah.
and then after about and also too maybe it's a dad thing but I'm always sitting there I'm supposed to be doing something.
Right.
If there's no reason I should be relaxing right now, I'm supposed to be doing something. It took me probably 2 hours to get my frame of mind no, you are supposed to be relaxing. Ben,
Yeah.
chill the F out.
Yeah.
And at that point I was all right, fuck the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chill with the boys.
Yeah.
It's like some shit on fire.
I know. Yeah. I do that shit almost every weekend.
I know. I need to, and I know I need to more.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that it doesn't happen as much as I would want it to.
Yeah.
I would like it to more in the future. I'm considering plans.
Yeah.
I'm considering
yeah.
plans.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm considering plans. By the time this comes out, maybe some plans have changed. Maybe some plans have come up. I don't know. But anyways.
This week's podcast episode is brought to you by Fuel Bomb Diesel Additive, an additive designed for diesel enthusiasts, made by diesel enthusiasts. Ben, take it away.
Hell yeah, dude. So this is our in-house Fuel Bomb fuel additive for your diesel truck. Our biggest thing here is making sure that you can pretty much always have diesel additive on you all the time. You've got a lot of other additives out on the market they have anti-gel in there all the time. They have cetane in there all the time. They end up being big and bulky bottles. Our standard everyday diesel fuel additive is 1 ounce per 32 gallons, and that's its main job is to make sure that your fuel system stays lubricated and prevents the formation of algae. And it should also help you in colder climates too.
Should definitely help you in colder climates. Along with cleaning your fuel system and maintaining it, It'll also help you bump that cetane number up for a more efficient burn of your diesel fuel. And if cetane is just what you're after, there's the Fuel Bomb Hellfire, which is our straight 8+ cetane enhancer.
Yeah, and you guys asked, and we brought them back. We did go away from the bottles that didn't have the measuring little parts in there. We brought them back for you, so now you can measure out your 1 ounce per 32 gallons for the F-Bomb or 4 ounces per 32 gallons for the Hellfire.
Both these additives are available on our website, dieselpowerproducts.com. Now let's get back to that episode.
Let's get through this intro. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in for America's Diesel Podcast. This is Ben and Tyler coming at you from Spokane, Washington. You can find us on Google Play, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Apparently, there's something called Podbean. That's where Elijah listens.
What?
I'd never heard of that before, but Podbean.
Podbean?
Podbean, like a
beam, like a laser beam, or
like
bean?
Beans. The more you eat, the more you toot.
Oh, wow.
The more you toot, the better
Podbean.
feel. Podbean.
All right.
Yeah, shout out to you, Elijah. He's actually got a pretty sick 7.3 build going on. He's a rad dude. Yeah. Make sure to check us out all around there. You can find us on the social medias as well. Instagram, which we are trying to pump up, by the way. Facebook and the TikToks. Quick little dealio there. We film these just about every Wednesday. And we do an Instagram live in between filming on Wednesday right around 5 p.m. Pacific time. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, you should follow it there because we just go live and have a beer with the boys. YouTube is probably the best place to leave comments on certain episodes because we do get a chat going on there with everybody. A couple of I would almost consider you guys quote unquote locals of the podcast, even though you're not like physically around. You know, like I consider like a local boy.
Yeah.
To the podcast family. We got folks out there leaving comments. And I greatly appreciate that. Reviews, Tyler.
Oh, yeah. Leave a review on any of the platforms that Ben mentioned earlier. Screenshot that and send it to podcast@dieselpowerproducts.com. Make sure you include a picture of your truck and an address that we can send a sticker to. It looks just like this behind us and soon to be on hats.
That's right. By the time you guys are going to hear this episode, they'll already be released. They should. We should already have some.
Hopefully,
sold.
hopefully,
we should already have them in our hands and selling them by then.
Well, we should get pictures of them so I can put them on the site and we can start pre-orders.
Yeah, we already have I think 5 pre-ordered.
Cool.
But yeah, we got official.
2 are mine.
Yeah, 2 are mine. I think probably 2 yours. Yeah, but we got official approval from the way we do things around here, because obviously we're a business, got to make sure you make good choices to get our branded Bills hats with our custom ADP logo on there. So I'm really stoked about that. Lastly, if you need diesel parts for your truck, make sure to check out dieselpowerproducts.com. Website is live 24/7. If you have any questions, you can always. We do have really, really good website descriptions. We actually take a lot of time to add important notes, add pro tip information, that kind of shit. If you have any questions on there, though, and the website isn't quite answering them for you, or you're just someone who doesn't like to read, which I totally understand, or you feel like you've scoured a website and you just want to talk to a freaking human.
We have a lot of pictures, though, too.
We have humans. We have phone sales technicians on the phone, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. Give them a call. They will get you set up with the parts you need the right time the first time, every time. Lastly, if you're on the website and you see that quick ship logo, that means it's verified in stock, ready to rock. If you know that's what you need, pull the trigger, get it going. P.S. Lastly, if you are listening to this episode, you are a podcast listener. If you're placing orders on the website through the phone or on the website, make sure and put in the notes section that you are a podcast listener. I go through and tally those up every once in a while, and let the big guys know that we're not out here just farting around, drinking beer. People are buying parts. And if you're listening to this and you're not buying parts from us, what the F? Straight up.
Yeah.
Legitimately, though, like, what the frig? I would like to know why. Shoot me a message, shoot me a email, Instagram, whatever. Constructive criticism is always good. We want to know why you could be potentially buying from us and you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skirt wearing mama's boys is not a good excuse. Okay.
I've
only wore a skirt twice. Okay. All right. And yeah, I am a mama's boy. All right.
Mother's Day is coming up, man.
Yeah. Why aren't you a mama's boy?
Yeah.
What was it? Daisy Duke? What
Red.
was it? Daisy.
I thought it was.
See, we already forgot your name.
We remembered your comment, but we forgot your name. You nameless, crappy comment leaver.
Okay.
Let's get in this episode. So, this episode is actually a suggestion by a listener.
Yeah.
And it's actually a really good one.
It is.
We've you and I have been kind of like. So last week when we filmed, I didn't know if we wanted to like spring it on each other, or just like do some research.
I didn't do a lot of research. The last probably 45 minutes of my regular work days was about all my research I did.
But yeah, so at least you were thinking about it, though, I assume.
Yeah. There was 2 routes that I wanted to go,
mm-hmm.
but I wasn't going to bring both. I was like, wow, I can kind of not really screw him over, but I could kind of like just doucheify his truck a little bit.
Douche. So I did, and I think this one's actually really good too because I finally got to. We had, like we mentioned in the beginning part of this episode, we had a boys' weekend this weekend.
Yeah.
Corey was out there. He was one of the guys behind the scenes here and a sales technician. Mark came out. He's been on the podcast before. We went all out and basically Friday night had a good boys' weekend. Saturday came home Sunday. And I got to be in your truck while you're towing with it in your element, like doing what you do, what you bought the truck for, the whole thing with the side by side, everything.
Before we get into this, what do you think?
It all works.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a freaking awesome setup. Like I had a great time.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I'm considering plans.
Yeah,
I haven't actually planned anything, but I'm considering plans. Like it's in such its infancy stage that I haven't even told my wife yet.
Yeah,
like there's no way I can bring this to the table without having like
something laid out.
And it's not because it's going to cost us a ton of money or anything like that. Like I have to make sure it doesn't cost us. I'm basically just making a shift in what I'm doing. Whatever. Anyhow.
Yeah, that's for another episode.
Yeah. So this is basically the listener mentioned is like, okay, you guys know each other and each other's goals well enough. You each have $10,000. Build the other's truck.
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
Tyler's going first.
Okay. So like I said, I could have doucheified your truck.
Well, is this the Excursion or the blue truck?
Excursion.
Okay.
Excursion. So I originally built a complete list of like some cool stuff, and I was like, okay, this would be awesome. But then I remembered, I'm like, there's one like storm cloud over my head on this truck, and it's the transmission. Yeah. And so that's what I added first, is a built transmission from BD.
It's not a bad idea.
I just pulled the trigger on that. Okay, built transmission from BD. They're 4R100 performance transmission package with converter. And I was like, okay, we're good. You fixed all the other kind of shit on it. So for the most part, except for like little door handle stuff and whatnot. But oh well. So I did that transmission, which that took about $5,000, about half my budget. So is what it is. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start picking off parts that I can, because I had the whole list. Then I added the transmission, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm way over. I gotta start taking stuff down. So I added a set of full force stage 1 injectors, because I know you already have tuning that can support single shot injectors with a little modification. Hopefully that may be a freebie. I don't know. That's what I'm banking on. Because my total ended up being $10,012.
Yeah, both of them.
75
I did two lists for you. Both of them I went slightly over.
Okay, so Couchley stage 1s, 180 cc.
My man. Yeah, that's exactly what I was wanting to do.
Yeah. CNC Fab stage 1, high pressure oil pump.
Joke's on you. I got stage 2 in there.
Does it really?
Yep.
Let's pretend it doesn't.
Or hey, what would you do if you had an extra like $650 for it?
We'll talk. Probably do.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever. I already screwed up.
I still love you.
KC 300X stage 1 drop-in turbo. You did up pipes, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. She got up pipes. Yep.
Okay. So that's good. Got that. Okay. Those are $1,190. Awesome price for a drop-in turbo on a 7.3. They're kick-ass. Yeah, highly recommend them. Then I did a driven diesel high volume fuel supply kit with the dual Bosch pumps. Okay.
You know why I would do that too, right?
Because you can get the Bosch pumps at a parts store.
Bosch off the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then I did the driven diesel fuelable delete regulator return kit.
Okay.
Okay. And then I just did some intercooler hoses. And put the clamps.
I already did those.
You did that? Yeah. Damn it. Okay. So that pretty much ate up all my...
You've got like $750 to work with now.
Okay, so then I'd probably get... did you put that AFE intake manifold on that truck, or is that going on the other truck?
That was originally slated for the blue truck for when I do the intercooler.
Okay, so that's what I would pick.
Okay.
I would do an intake manifold for that. I'd probably do those the inserts for your intake plenums.
It already has that on it. But yes.
Shit.
It's how good I am at dealing with high mileage.
But that's
shit.
so that's like what, $600 for that intake manifold. So probably got like $200 left over.
Like $460. They're less than $500.
No, they're $565 or they're over $500.
Wow, they've gone up.
Yeah, the intake manifold. So then I'd probably do. Did you do a driven diesel dipstick adapter?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'd do one of those, and that would eat up the rest of my money.
Yeah.
So
I have one sitting there waiting for like when I have. It's already. It's like it's seeping. on the Excursion. Very, very. Like it doesn't even register a drop. But I know that when I have time, I'm going to get in there and do it.
So that's what I would do.
Nice.
And I know you talked about not doing that stuff on this truck, like
Mhm.
not doing a turbo, and but I think that truck would be really cool with that stuff on it. I think
It'd be a great running truck.
I'm overriding you on some of your
Overridden.
goals. Yeah. So and I think I was kind of screwed with whatever truck I picked, because if I picked the blue truck, I know there's like clutch and all sorts of other shit.
But see,
that
with the
thing
blue
needs.
truck, you can go straight a-hole on it.
Yeah,
like-
true. But I think the Excursion would be cool with that KC drop-in turbo, fuel system, a good transmission. Yeah, so that's the route I went.
I mean, that would be a great. I mean, its job is to basically highway driver, get more miles on it. Now, for those of you who don't know, I know all you are listening all the time, but if it's your first time listening, you don't know. I have a 2001 Ford Excursion. It's got about 253,000 miles on it now. I bought it about 240. I've already done. Came with an intake on it that I put a new filter on. I've already done a CNC Fab Stage 2 high pressure oil pump. I rebuilt the turbo. It's got gearhead tuning on it. I did new bearing. I basically new carrier bearings, pinion bearings on the rear. A whole bunch of small little ticky-tack, high mileage truck, nickel and diamond type shit has been going on. It's got aero turbine muffler on it.
You did rear axle bearings, didn't you? Or not axle, but pinion.
Yeah,
And carrier bearings,
pinion
didn't you?
carrier bearings. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting ready to do the clutches in the locker pretty quick here. I've learned a lot on this truck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I knew I could do. I just never actually done it. So it's actually been. It does sort of nickel and dime me, but I've been having a good time.
Okay.
For the
So
most
if you were to rate my little build here from a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give me?
part. I'm gonna say like.
Don't take into account that I effed up that you already had some stuff done that I switched.
That's the whole reason I'm gonna rate it this way is why I have two lists. So I noticed there was no suspension in there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Because I ran out of money.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I ran out of money.
So only because there was no suspension on there, I gave it like 7.8,
You suck.
7.8 out of 10.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, hit me. You've got the easiest one to deal with. You got basically a brand new truck with airbags. Like, that's what you got.
Yeah, but there was two very different routes I could take.
I know, but there's nothing wrong with it.
I know. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. In fact, it works really well. And that's the whole reason why one of my lists is a certain way.
Okay. All right.
And one of them, I took a liberty on one of them that actually ate up a bunch of money, but it's because I want you to have it that way.
Okay.
It sounds weird, right? Okay.
Hit me with it.
So the first one is basically option 1. And this is I went back and forth here because I know you really want to do DDC super singles.
Yeah. And real quick, Corey, you need to pay attention to each of these truck builds, because at the end of it, you pick which truck you think would be cooler. Fair enough?
No pressure. The other one gets shot in the leg.
Yeah.
No pressure. No pressure. It's thumbs up.
Or which one you would rather own, we'll say. Yeah. All right.
That's not
Fair
fair.
Why? I have a base model 2500.
A 21 2500.
Yeah. Some people like old stuff. So what?
God.
He's a big man. He probably likes Excursions. Big old SUV.
Middle SUV. All right. So this one was basically
He wouldn't have to put a tent in the bed of his truck to
Sure.
sleep in it.
take the back seat out. Take both back seats out. Give him a freaking kitchen back there. So this one is basically if you didn't do super singles. I know you
Okay.
really want to,
Okay.
but I'm thinking like, what can you put on the truck basically right now, and just have it do what you do with the truck but better.
Okay. Fair enough.
And this is a lot of this stuff I wouldn't even have thought to do until I rode with you.
Okay.
So first things first, I did carbureted power, EFI Live tuning with TCM tuning, and a switch. Now,
Okay.
I know that you're probably going to say, we have AutoCals here, or already have one, or I'm going to do EasyLink.
Yeah.
I want you to have your own AutoCal for it,
Fair enough.
because then there's no guesswork of whose it is, what it is. There's
Sure.
just
Okay.
that's yours.
Fair enough.
And I went with with an autocal because should you have something going on, data logging with autocal, it's superior to EasyLink.
Well, I do know how to use the EFI platform a lot
Mhm.
better than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you
and
have
I
this-
never have my phone on me. So
It's true. I know, and you're an analog type guy.
Yeah,
That's
true.
kinda why I went with
That's
that.
true. Okay.
So and as far as like the data logging, the EasyLink, it makes it very easy to data log and send it. However, the quality of the data log is superior with EFI Live.
Gotcha.
Extra legwork, whatever. But that's probably the biggest. That is almost the highest ticket item on there.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's only like retail. It's like 13, 16 roughly.
Yeah.
Uh,
'Kay.
So next, a BD gasket and plate kit.
'Kay.
And BD deep sump pan with adapter.
'Kay.
So I did notice when we were driving, like, first off, the truck does what it needs to do very
It
well.
does.
The only thing it's lacking is just the transmission. It needs to get its head out of its ass.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It
Yeah.
just
That's how all of them are.
it just
so
needs,
it's
like it could work. And if you got, we watched some of our older episodes of like when you first got your truck, when you first took it in for the first transmission thing, and you started looking at cross leakage stuff.
yeah.
And it starts making, once you know why the truck is doing what it is, like if we could watch what it was actually commanding to do,
Yeah.
it's commanding it correctly.
Right. It's just.
But
not,
it has so much cross leakage, it can't fucking do it.
Right. Right.
It's trying to do it, but it can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Next, Banks Monster Intake Manifold with
Hell
the
yeah.
Grid Heater Elite
Oh yeah.
red.
Okay.
I went red.
Okay.
Little
All
pop.
right, all
Let's-
right.
yeah, pop.
I honestly, if I do that intake, I'm gonna do red.
And because that still comes with a heater element in there.
Yep.
Because you do get in the cold. It gets cold up here. Now, this next one and definitely the one after that, don't crucify me on.
Okay.
Okay. Amp steps.
Okay.
I think you could use some amp steps on there.
Okay.
I got short legs.
Do you have a hard time getting in?
It'd be easier with steps.
Sure. Sure.
That's it. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
It'd be
okay.
easier with steps.
Okay.
Would I put like factory steps on there? Not a chance.
No. Yeah.
Would I put like steps that actually hang down? Not a chance. If you're going to put steps on there, they have to be hidden steps.
For sure.
I like the way the truck looks now
Okay.
without that. Next, a truck bed step.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I'm down with that.
I think having one of those.
the back of those trucks is insanely high for even a stock
The
truck.
top of the bumper is like, I feel like the truck's lifted.
Yeah, in the back, they're
Yeah.
freaking huge in the back. Yeah. Yeah.
I found myself like, I'm like, man, I
had to get
I got to
from-
hop on top of there.
For
I
my
gotta
for
pull-
my utility trailer for towing the side by side around when I don't have a camper, I had to get an 11-inch drop hitch to get that trailer level on a stock truck.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
Yeah.
But, and next I've got a Baja Designs makes a pocket fog light kit
Okay.
in S2s.
Because I don't even have fog lights.
You don't have fog lights.
Yeah.
I pictured like you getting to a campsite when it's a little bit later and it's dark, or driving some of those roads when it's dark
Yeah.
or a little bit darker. You could use some extra light.
For sure.
Lights are one of those really overrated or underappreciated, and sometimes not done right type things.
Yeah, for sure.
Next would be a set or a pair of S2 Sport floods for the back of your trailer.
Okay.
And that would coincide with a backup camera
For the
trailer.
trailer.
Yeah, I want one on the back of the trailer
Okay.
with lights.
Okay.
So you can see.
I do have lights actually in the back of the trailer.
Are they actual like
Like
scene
floodlights.
lights? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't notice those.
I never use them because you have to hop in to turn them on, and then to hop in to turn them on with a side by side in there, you got to be
We would
gymnast.
you would have to figure out a way. Well, that would coincide with one of the things we got in here.
okay.
Next is from CJC. They make a switch pod kit with a dash mount for your year of truck, because I know
Yes.
you like things clean.
Yeah.
It wants to look factory, right? You don't want
Yep.
to be drilling holes in your dashboard and it's
Yep.
21 Ram. So that would
you know
be,
me.
You would you would have to figure out a way to wire in those
Mm-hmm.
with that. Whether it ends up being a Bluetooth module, I have no idea, or you have one extra auxiliary plug when you hook up your trailer lights. It has that with it, or you
Gotcha.
add power to those or something like that. But I would want you to be able to turn those on inside the cab to back up.
Yeah, I dig that.
Next, the ARB tire pressure monitors for the trailer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
a 2-axle.
Yeah.
Do you have them are they on the truck?
No. Well, I have my just the factory.
The factory one. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you got something on the truck, but also for the 4 tires on the trailer.
Yeah.
S&B colder intake.
Okay.
Tires.
Tires.
You notice there's no suspension on here, and there's not.
Yeah.
because suspension is one of those like slippery slopes, especially when you do the truck,
yeah.
because it does what it needs to do so well.
Right.
However, the stock tires in there are pure shit.
They are.
Like you have 20,000 miles on this thing. And
we were
looks like
spinning
they're-
tires going up some of those little hills.
And it looks like those tires like 75% worn already.
I know.
Like,
20,000 miles on them.
How much tread do they come with? Like 330 seconds?
Not a
I
lot.
swear you're down to the wear bars already. You don't even have like.
I'm not, but it's close.
It blew my mind.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I did a set of 33, 12 and a half. Do you have 17s or 18s?
Ooh. I think I have 18s.
Okay, then I went with the wrong size on here, but same idea. Set of 33, 12 and a half, 17 Nitto Recon grapplers.
Okay.
They still have a good tow rating on there. They're still 80 psi tires, all kind of stuff, so you can handle that shit. You just have to get them for the 18s.
Yeah.
Next, we've got an Insight CTS3 with the new mount that's integrated because it's super clean.
Yes.
I like shit super clean. Yeah. Synergy drag link.
Okay.
Don't worry about tie rod.
Yeah.
Tie rod's not bad, but the drag link
Drag
is where they had the TSB and the factory one was like, yeah, just weld it.
By the way, I just got a recall on my truck. I don't know what it's for, but I got it in the mail yesterday.
Huh.
I don't know what it's for. I don't know. Probably something stupid.
Last thing is I allocated $400 for a spray and bed liner. I have no idea how much a spray and bed liner costs, but
Retail more than that.
Okay.
Our cost less than that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that would yeah.
These are all retail prices, by the way. We didn't do
Yeah,
like,
yeah, all
like
your
what
stuff,
we
yeah.
get them for. Needless to say, one of the perks of being on this side of the counter is we do get discounts on parts.
Yeah.
By the way, we're hiring.
Yeah. By the way, seriously.
We are hiring sales guys. But that came out to basically budget was $10,000. Came out to $76.54 over.
Okay.
So pretty close there.
Yeah.
But that was also
That's no wheels.
no wheels. Got
Okay.
the stock wheels on there.
Okay.
Because the second one includes DDC wheels, and I had to guess on pricing because they haven't released them yet. And when just the build takes an entirely different turn to support those wheels and tires.
And
on
you
there.
didn't go with any like in-cab controls for the airbags, huh?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess I want it just for the cleanliness of it and to
Mhm.
not have the valves, but at the same time, I didn't even use them last time we went out.
Yeah.
So-
I would say if anything, I would knock off the bed liner and put it like a truck compressor, like an ARB twin
okay.
or something like that, or a pack brake that's mounted in there, so you could have in-cab controls.
Gotcha. Okay,
Um,
fair enough.
That would be the only thing. Otherwise, everything else on there I feel like is pretty.
Yeah, I think you hit it pretty good there. I
Yeah.
like that.
So this next one. This is if you were to do.
You want me to rate that one?
Yeah.
8.4.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I feel like it would make your weekend towing experience that much more fun
Yeah.
and better.
Yeah. No, I like the route you took. I like
Make it
the
feel like you're in a-
monitoring. I like
yeah.
I'm down with that.
Got to fill up my cup here.
You put that
Off
drink
camera.
in your cup.
Put that drink
So what
in
was
my
mine?
cup.
7.8?
Yeah, I give you a 7.8.
7.8.
Okay. So this next one. This next one would be if you did the DDC wheels.
All right.
So again, I had to guess on pricing. I couldn't remember if they told us what pricing was. I'm pretty sure they didn't.
They didn't.
The method I took here was so the super singles. I believe they said they were going to be a 20 by 11.
Yeah.
I basically went to a set of their 22-inch dually wheels at 6 wheels, divided that price by 6, multiplied by 4, rounded up.
Yeah.
Because I figured,
I think that's fair
it's
enough.
going to be, they're bigger than a normal 20 dually, but it just, like, I was ballparking it,
Yeah.
And I came up with like 26.69. Actually rounded up to 69 even. Hey! So we got the DDC super singles in the 20s. The Nitto Recon Grappler 35 by 13.5 by 20.
Liking it.
Beef.
Yeah, beef. Yeah.
That's what's for tire.
Yeah. That's what
And
it's-
things-
yeah. Bulldog.
And that is I believe that's like an F-rated tire. So I think you're still towing, still beef.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's what's for dinner. And if you're going to be doing that size of tire on there, it's got to get some elevation. So we got a Carly leveling kit.
Okay.
That should pick it about 2.5 in the front.
Yep.
Carly track bar.
Okay.
Since you are running, these are undoubtedly heavier than stock wheels and tires.
Yep.
Also a BD box brace
Yes.
and a Synergy drag link.
Okay.
The rest of it, this was all similar to the top one here, but it takes off a lot of those like things that enhance your normal
Sure.
trailering. So you still got the calibrated power tuning on there, BD gasket plate kit, deep sump pan with adapter, Banks Monster RAM, Insight CTS3, and edge mount. Now there is one glaring hole in there that gears.
Yeah.
You're good. You could basically do the DDC wheels, car suspension, and gears. And that's $10,000.
Yeah.
Easy.
So why not drop it down to like a 33, and then do no leveling kit?
I think you're gonna have to do a leveling kit.
With the width of the
It's a wide, big tire.
yeah.
You're gonna, and I don't trust these stock front end components with that heavier wheel tire package and that contact patch for what you're doing for towing with the truck.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, doing the 35s with no gears would kind of put me out of the butter zone a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I could still probably handle it if I had the transmission stuff and transmission tuning.
Yeah.
I think I could get away with it.
I know how much we tell you guys not to get away with things, but I think you'd be right on that.
Well, the only
price.
reason why I said I could get away with it is because I kind of know what the transmission is doing
Mhm.
when I'm driving it.
Yeah.
So if I know it's like slipping, I'm not going to like, oh, let's give it more throttle.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say, like, you guys like us, we're very in tune with what's going on with the truck.
yeah.
If we know if we're driving it hard, we're driving it hard on purpose. It's not like we're like,
Right.
I didn't know that's how this is supposed to happen. Like,
Right.
when I'm beating the shit out of my blue truck, I know it.
Yeah.
Like, EGTs, never heard of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clutch slippage, don't care.
Well, yeah. What's that?
We're pushing through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will weld
Yeah.
this fucker shut.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, and so that came out with I did end up over $217.60 over.
Damn. It actually kind of makes me depressed. That's how much money I could put in it to do all that stuff.
It made me depressed because I started doing that, and I was like, shit.
As far as rating on the second one,
Uh-huh.
I give that a 9.1.
Hell yeah.
I give that a 9.1.
9.1.
Like that list is kind of what I mean, short of the gears, because I definitely want that transmission to last as long as possible. I've just started adding on our website these Allison conversion kits from ATS Diesel. It's totally out of my budget. That's not gonna happen. So I'm like, okay, I gotta.
I don't think you need to.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
For what you get going on.
I'm just gonna, just work with what I'm gonna work with the cards I've been dealt.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's the hard. That was the other hard part thing for me too. It's like, because the truck already does what it's supposed to do really well.
Right.
And that's why I kind of went with, like, I had to have that first list in there because I was like,
I do like both of them. I do like both lists.
but this just goes to tell you by Tyler's rating, like, our normal dude inclination. Hey, man, this list, it's more than the budget than the other one, and you may risk blowing some shit up.
Yeah.
It's cooler though.
It's cooler.
It's cooler. It's way cooler.
Well, it's just that the wheels. That wheels are the number one thing you can do to set your truck apart from everybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so dead set on those DDC Super Singles. Like, I think they would look so freaking cool on there.
So on option 2, I even had but when I realized I was way over budget, I did a DPF back exhaust on there too.
Oh,
Because
okay,
we've talked about before, performance wise, okay, on paper, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But as far as like updating the look of the truck,
yeah,
and that's why I left it off option 1. I was like, you can't be putting, try to make the exhaust look better when you have better tires on stock wheels.
yeah,
Like you still have basically kind of the grandpa aesthetic on the outside.
right,
Nothing wrong with that.
Nah.
The truck does exactly what it's supposed to do.
yeah,
Just like the whole, what we used to say back in the day, it's like, you know what's cool? Showing up to work on time.
yeah.
Like, it gets the job done.
It's cool reliability.
Reliability. Guess what you don't have to worry about? That thing.
Yeah,
Works every time.
exactly.
So, I if it were me personally, I would go with option number 1. Like, I think the way that your truck works and how, like, nothing against DDC wheels. This would be the same even if you were just doing bigger wheels on there in general.
Yeah.
So nothing against DDC on this in any way, shape, or form. But with how the truck works and how after going for rips in the side by side, I could totally see you justifying, like, I kind of want to put money in the side by side.
Right.
I could see wanting the side.
That's why the side by side's got badass wheels and tires. It's got, I mean, it's yeah. No, that's where I've been putting all everything. So good lights. I mean, it's that's the toy.
Yeah.
I don't even disconnect the truck from the trailer. Like it stays.
It stays in, and it works. And then when it's time to leave, it fires up.
All right, Corey, which one would you pick? Excursion Iteration 1 of 2021 or number 2 of 2021? Oh, wow.
So Corey says option 1 of my list.
You losers. I'm doing 2. I'm doing 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to take practicality and throw it out the window a little bit and go for the cool factor.
It's true. That's kind of why I have 2 trucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Notice the other one gets driven like twice a month.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I like both the lists. Overall, I think I'd do number 2 just because, again, I want to do I'm so dead set on those wheels and tires.
I know. That's why I almost didn't even do option number 2. I was like, I can't go in here without the DDC wheels on there.
Yeah.
That is just not possible.
But I do like number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea you went with it. I mean, I gave you an 8.4. I mean, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty. I can't believe you gave me a 7.8. What kind of shit is that?
Couldn't even throw me some, like, even at the end when you had extra money.
$5,000 was a transmission.
I know, but at the end when you had
what, $700? What are you gonna get?
Shocks.
Screw that.
Some frickin' shocks.
Screw that. No. It's not getting lifted. It's not getting any fancy nothing. You just got brand new tires on it.
Yeah, I've got these stupid ass like over the counter shit shocks.
You
on
have
there.
180 horsepower.
I know, but
you need more power. A giant thing like that, you need horsepower.
I'm gonna refer you.
And you
back
can't
to,
even do any horsepower stuff right now because your transmission ain't gonna hold it.
I'm gonna refer you back to a very, 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 very early episode, probably single digits. I believe you challenged our listeners to do suspension before they did power.
Yes, I did. I did. Not on a leaf sprung truck though. Okay.
Not when you make 12 horsepower.
Yeah. Like, come on. Needs a little bit more grunt just to get it kind of up there to a new-ish truck. Kind of.
That's true. Have you been in it since I put the gearhead tuning in it?
No.
You should come for a ride in it. It is a so for those of you that maybe know or don't know, this had like an original Edge juice with attitude on there.
Version 1.0.
Yeah, I cannot reiterate how much this is not against Edge. This thing was version literally 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was wondering, maybe I'll update it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, this is the type that doesn't even plug into the OBD2 port. I don't even have a way to update it. I wonder what version it is, blah, blah. 1.
Yeah.
Version 1.0.
Yeah.
This thing would probably, like the truck is an 01. It probably got put on in 02.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So it was very antiquated. But now that I have the gearhead tuning on there, much, much nicer.
Yeah.
Much, much, much nicer. Like even me and Mark went to grab food, and he was in. He's like, it feels like it's faster, but it's not working as hard.
Yeah.
Like it's true, it is. Like it because the old style tuning, if you want to call it quote unquote tuning on there, is just intercepting signals. That's it. It's not actually changing the pulse width, not actually doing anything. It's tricking the engine to make it run a certain way.
Yeah.
Whereas the gearhead tuning actually plugs directly into the PCM and tells the truck how to run.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much, much more efficient and better. And it I set myself up so later on, if I want to do those single shot injectors, I have a platform to do it.
Yep. Yeah.
And you know me. You picked the perfect injectors.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, the 180 single shots.
Yeah.
Stock nozzle.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah. KC turbo. Drop it.
It's only this. I just rebuilt the turbo though.
Don't be a pussy. You rebuilt the turbo with a $100 rebuild kit. I'm sure you've thrown away $100 for way less interesting or cool shit before.
It's true. I've had bad times with $100.
Yeah. See. Yeah, I think the truck needs a little bit more horsepower. I'd say screw the suspension. It's leaf sprung, whatever. You got your Dormans.
I do.
Screw
Those
it.
are supposed to be here
let's,
any day.
let's get some horsepower. Let's get a transmission.
Some horsepower
Yeah.
transmission.
Yeah.
I will say I do miss the nice affirmative shifts of a good transmission.
Yeah.
This one, like, if as long as you don't lay into it too hard, it's nice and grabs nice and positively.
Yeah.
But if you lay into it too hard,
See, that's the problem right there. Is that phrase you just said? When you lay into it too hard,
it's like,
you shouldn't be saying that with your truck. That's why I went this route, and that's why I added you more horsepower.
Yeah.
7.8.
Tyler's gonna be upset
I'm
with me.
gonna have my lawyer reach out to you.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Whoever requested this episode. Hope you're happy.
I have one question for you though.
Okay.
From the hip.
Mm-hmm.
Blue truck.
Blue truck.
Blue truck. And it's a hard one because it's a total piece of shit.
I would do dual disc, like street dual disc from South Bend.
Okay, that's like $2,000.
Okay. I would do it's already got an H pop, right?
Yep.
I would do probably like some well, you got injectors in that already too.
Yeah. It's got fuel.
Oh, okay. KC, probably like their stage 3
Yeah.
or something turbo in
I
there.
need stage 3 with up pipes.
Yeah.
For sure.
with
So
up pipes.
that's another $2,300.
Regulator return, full. I would probably still do the Bosch dual pump.
Okay. So
fuel system.
I'd say we're probably at $6,000 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regulator.
Regular return, full system.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't. What tuning does it have?
It's got gear on it.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
How much money do I have left?
You got $4,000.
$4,000. Oh
Yeah.
man. I'd probably Banks intercooler kit
Okay, that's like $2,000. Got $2,000
Okay.
left.
and what?
Yeah, the bed.
Oh, for the bed. No, I'd want it clapped out.
Yeah. It's just was the
Then,
engine on
then
the-
the rest, I would do
Yeah.
a hood stack.
fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I would do a hood stack on that.
God, that'd be such a hater truck.
Oh my god. Yeah. Absolutely. Just piss off everybody with it. And just have it rattling and freaking bolts flying off, the bed shifting every time you nail it. Like,
It does.
yeah, I know. Twice as worse with that setup. So, yeah.
Actually needs about a couple hundred dozen more
Self-tappers. Maybe some Gorilla tape.
Bed will hold itself where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Hasn't fallen off yet.
I would just wrap the whole bed in Gorilla tape. Just hold it together.
Well, zip tie some wood and some key places
Yeah.
around some self-tappers and some Gorilla tape. A
Yeah.
couple of zip ties. Good as new.
Yeah. In the hood stack, I would take the tip that you have, the 6.7, and I would
The
use
6.7
that
dual fluted tip.
as the hood stack.
Oh, that would make me piss off. So I don't even know if that would piss anybody off. They just look at him like they just shake their head like,
Like, why? Exactly.
you'd be like, that's exactly. Hey, you're looking at me. Guess what? I'm looking at you, bitch.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So, what do you rate that? Out of 10. Probably just killed it for you on the hood stack.
9.69.
9.69.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. That's kind of fun.
And that would mean it still has a C clamp holding on the battery terminal.
Oh, absolutely. I would never
Totally.
change that. I would actually
Yeah.
spend the whatever I had left and have that like powder coated or something nice.
Anodized.
Yeah, anodized, gold plated, whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's about going to wrap this episode up. I totally forgot who suggested this one, but it was actually a really good one.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you're out there, you know.
Yeah. And since today is May the 4th, may the 4th be with you. Yeah, I know. Lame. I know. I'll take a lap. I hate myself too.
Yeah.
So we're about to hop on Instagram Live because it is Wednesday. Not actually when you listen to this because these come out on Thursday, but because it's the first episode we're filming today, we are going to hop on the Instagram Live and have a beer with the boys. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at dieselpowerproducts.com.